Joined here by Alan Vasquez. And Alan, we appreciate you joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, at least it was good to get some games in finally for you guys. You went out to Idaho, got those games scrapped because of weather, but then you're able to go to Fresno. You guys came back strong, go 2-2. Just kind of recap kind of what you were seeing.
It was great seeing our team play. Great being outside on the field. Great facing another opponent. I guess it was just great being out there.
And then how about your performance? In particular, you had it really going. When you say going into your performance,
Yeah.
you had 11 strikeouts. Just kind of like we talked about in your quote, but just what do you feel like what was working for you throughout that game?
I went into the game feeling really good, really well prepared. Coach Grady really did a great job, reminded me on the times, what I needed, my checkoff list, everything. Came into the game very confident. Didn't start it as I wanted it, gave up a hit and stuff, but besides that, it was just cruise control. My cutter was working. It's first time throwing my cutter. It was working really well. I can throw my slider first strike, change up. It's just, I thought everything was on. My speed on my fastball wasn't as high as I wanted it, but it worked.
And how nice is that too, being a pitcher? I know myself, I was a pitcher as well. How nice is it when you're kind of in that zone, like you said, you give that early hit, but then you kind of locked in. You had a couple of 1, 2, 3 innings, and even when guys got on, you still struck out the side. I mean, how nice is that to know that you were just pretty much controlling their hitters for most of that game?
It feels great. It feels like I was in a flow. Everything was like water almost. Every ball was just, it was either intentional or I just played off of it. Everything was positive. I was blacked out during every inning, but after the last strikeout, I just came back to reality. So it was great.
How's your adjustment been going for you too? Coming in after being at a community college before, you come in here to Woo, your first season. Kind of how's been your adjustment to Monmouth and Woo and getting used to being out here?
Well, I was at a D1 before this in California, so the weather was different and the competitive. I think the competitive here was way better. That's the main reason why I came here. Just knew the baseball team was a really competitive team. Knew the coach was a hard-working coach that really cared. So, coming here was a great decision for me.
Yeah, and we talked about before, you grew up in California, you also went to Washington. So what was it like kind of moving back around and getting a chance to come back in, being closer to home here?
I love being away from home, don't get me wrong. Being in California was a great experience. I know traveling around is a good image for me, just to, to see that I can adapt to any weather, anything. Yeah, coming back to Oregon, just like Washington weather, nothing new, a little bit of adjustment to wearing a lot of layers, but other than that, it's great.
How about the sport of baseball? What kind of got you into it, more specifically being a pitcher?
Playing baseball was, I just figured out I did it pretty late, but I fell in love with the sport, found out that I can throw a baseball pretty hard, so just worked on it. My dad always pushed me. I think I tried to quit at the age of 16, but my dad just saw something in me and said, you just got to keep trying. So now I'm here,
You're probably happy you continue, right? It's cool to be able to play at the next level. Not too many people get the chance to do it. How neat is it to be able to play at the collegiate level now?
For sure. It's definitely a flex for me. I definitely use it as I'm actually doing something. I'm doing something right, and it's huge. It's huge to stay positive in life.
And how neat was it, too, to get the GNAC Pitcher of the Week award? Of course, you start out your first start. Not only did you get the win, had a big outing, but how neat was it to get that honor on top of everything else?
Yeah, I didn't even see it coming. I was just more worried about us being 0-2. So I was like, I got to get this win for the team, Got to show them that, we can also be competitive. We can really, put up zeros, So it was great getting the GNAC, but, I cared more about the W for sure.
Now that we've got this week off, how weird is it to kind of have, we had the first series against Fresno, and then we had the week off to kind of get ready for, GNAC. How excited are you looking forward to being home and playing State Billings here soon?
Coach just told me I got opening game, second game, so I'm super psyched for it. I've been working all week. Probably just going to keep working until the game, All
right, Alan. Well, we really appreciate you stopping by today to catch up with us. Of course, special like this season, and we'll be talking to you soon.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks for having me.